Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Farm Sim 17, well, while it's still living, and welcome back to Mercury Farms. I'm driving the overkill beastie, yes, it's big and shouty and I like it. So, anywho, as I said in the previous one, just starting out in this one, haven't played this map before, so we're kind of working it out as we go along. And the rough plan of action, and as plans go, it's pretty rough, but plan is we'll do 60 as just straight grass bales, because pretty much everybody other than pigs, of course, are just, well, pig awkward, needs grass. So I'm thinking sheep, really. I might just hire one of those auto loader numbers, or I may, if for entertainment purposes, I may try and load it with a 4-end loader. I personally enjoy that, and it was a job that I was quite happy to do ad nauseum, but the physics somewhat, they're better, they are better, but they don't always behave, as probably all seen at some point or other. Anywho, so that's the plan. So today, I'm afraid it's more grass work. I'm going to do a wee bit of a cheat, because now, I'm going to do a run across the top. Actually, do you know what? I might see if I can set this tether, get off that window off in a worker. That could be a good idea. But I think we're sort of cleaning the headlands at the moment. So, hope you're all doing reasonably well. This is me just a quickie, as it were, before I slope off to nighty shift. Yep, lovely. This drone needs to be further out. There we are, that. Pick a gear, and off you go. So, Giants have started doing their live streams in the final hours of FS17, or should I say the preview to FS19, which is probably more what they're after. And well, I have to admit, I kind of get it a bit, maybe, just maybe. It's oh, you're slow, lass. I kind of see where they're going with it. Still not convinced it's a huge step forward, but the gameplay mechanics, yeah, I see where they're going with that. I really do get that bit, and it's like, okay, well, you might have a point there. You might. I might give them that. As to looks, well, unfortunately, now this is probably going to sound quite poncy, but hey, they were obviously using the console version, because every time they moved, it was tearing like I don't know what. So either they haven't got VSync on, or for whatever reason it was the live broadcasting was not accepting it, and was just not happy. So I don't really know what the upshot of all that was, but me being me, I noticed it tearing. There was an awful lot of blithering on about lighting, which, generally speaking, is the kind of thing that I pay attention to. And yes, they've been able to start with absolutely naff all and see where that goes. Am I gonna... Caught it. Way. Yeah, starting from absolutely nothing and contracting, that does kind of appeal, but I see what they mean by the flexibility now that I've actually watched them do it. And it's like placeable, so everything's placeable. So now, unfortunately, they have, because again, and I know I'm probably being a graphics snob or a PC master race gubbins or whatever you want to call it, but I assume for the purposes of the live stream and what have you, they didn't have any of the features, as they called it, switched on, i.e. Ignition and what have you. Now, as you can see, I've got gearbox, I've got drive control, I've got more realistic, but gearbox and drive control, they're the two that are really make it, because I can use all my toys. You know, a big kid, as we have discussed before now. But they had none of them turned on because they were using a controller and keyboard, and the guy who was doing it is simulate. Right, let's just drop that off just now, and handbrake. Yeah, handbrake. Alright, where are you? Oh, aye, you're on your way down to the bottom, but not yet, because I was thinking I might nick him for the transporting balers rather. Alright, where are you at? There you are. Right. There you go. Now, this is the one that was kind of a bit of a cheat. Let's just do that so we don't get deafened. It's not an MR baler. I know, the shock. But it will only do 15. I mean, there's 438 horsepower and it didn't zoom straight up to it. It takes a while. My issue with MR as far as balers go is that it... oh, really? You had to drop it there, didn't you? Yeah, total rag. Right, come on you. Right, okay, now I might be able to cheat my way out of this slightly. Did that work? Yes, it might have worked. But now it still has the weight. The baler itself is still heavier, and yes, I have put it on the scales. Can't remember what map it was, but I put it on the scales with more realistic on, so it does actually weigh more. And the grass is the proper weight, so to speak, or as close to as can manage, because as I may have mentioned a few times, Giants basically half the weight of all the fill types, because they wanted to make it accessible, was their wording, which I get it, yeah, that's fair enough. But I would, me being me, I would like the option that if I have a 10-ton trailer full of grain, it weighs 10 ton, like a 10-ton trailer full of grain. I know, shocking behaviour. But you're in the way as well. I don't know, just can't get stuff these days. Right, okay. So, this one has a slightly wider pickup, which is why I was able to get around that bale at the top. But the throughput of grass is not so brutally well modelled, I suppose is the word. Because if I was using an in-game baler, even with this 438 horsepower crawler, it would reduce me down to 1 or 2 miles an hour. Now, I've never actually used one of these, but I just find that a bit hard to swallow, so to speak. Because any amount of videos I've looked at online for all manner of tractors and all manner of balers, on a tough crop going uphill, they go down to 3-4 mile an hour. Having said that, the power draw from the aforementioned baler is usually 60 to 70 horse lower than the tractor's output, or usually the drawbar is the one they go by. So fair enough, it's struggling, but to manage it. With this one, it can do that on the flat, just with a throughput of a heavy crop, whereas a throughput of a heavy crop, to my mind, you'd be down at 5 or 6 miles an hour, not 2 or 3. And if you're going uphill in this thing, then you forget it, you'll just stop and spin. And I've had it where I've had 3 tractors hooked up to each other and they still won't get up the hill. So I got this boy, which is, I really don't like that paint job, but hey, it's not there to look pretty, it's there to do a job, and as such it does. Oh, that's intriguing. And I've just noticed I put in the the weight unit converter thingy, and I was wondering why it was a very peculiar reading, and it's 1.4 tons. Now that version of tons must be an imperial, a long ton, because there's long tons and there's tons, believe it or not, and then there's metric tons, because you couldn't have it too simple. But hey, because we've got our imperial and the US and Canada have their imperial, which probably slightly differs, and then you have these things called quarts and bushels and various other odd, weird and wonderful sounding things. So yes, I haven't actually gone through it yet, but so hang on, let's just go another emoji. So that says 1980 kilos. That's 1980 kilos. Oh, right, because there's more than one baling. That's quite clever. Right, so okay then. Let's see if that changes if I do that. Excuse me. Nope. Okay, I might have to go through and sort of organise things a bit. Well, that's different. Anyway, let's get back to job and hand, shall we? Question is, if I say you, will you go first of all? Yes, you will. Now either I've sent you off squint or I've cut the field squint. Going by the textures, I've cut the field squint. Oh. Right, well anyway, that means I can now get into you. Now, so yes, as far as I can see, FS19 does actually look quite intriguing a bit, maybe. A bit. Maybe. So we'll see how that goes. They're going to be live streams all week, so we'll see how far we get. I'm intrigued because they've got ignition, so they've nicked bits of drive control. Sorry, they've improved the games with inspiration from the community. Yes, that's it. Yes. But how far they've gone with that, I don't know. Because I do realise that I'm not normal when it comes to this sort of thing. I can't actually see where you've been. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a bit of mist. You look tough. But I mean, even at that, you're still down to 5 miles an hour. So it's not like you have in the base game where you could have a 200 horsepower tractor going in 185 horse implement and fleeing up and down like an idiot. That just, as the saying goes, that just will not play. However, going downhill, might need to do that a bit. They've gone a lot more on the finer points of like suspension, which is they just still have this pendulum number for in-cab suspension, which I sort of get where they're going. It just, again, it's like, well, if I'm going up a hill like I am just now, if my seat does that to me, which the in-game dynamic camera will, no, what's the point in that? Move that much going up, that much going downhill, and that much going uphill. At least that's what my MB track did. That's what, and very few others actually tilt that way now, as far as I can see. It's left, right, up, down, forward and back. They don't pivot per se. So this dynamic camera malarkey, I don't get that at all. That to me is, if you're going uphill and you end up looking at your feet, that's just nuts. But they claim it's realistic, so I don't know. Perhaps it's because, to me, if it's realistic, you're meant to be mimicking what the head does. And I don't know about you, but if I walk up a hill, I start looking up. But there you see, probably I'm a bit too picky, and I'm quite aware that I am like that. So, having said that, they've now got things like throttle and brake are animated, which is not a big thing, but it's a start. The interiors, there's a lot more detail in it as far as I can see. Again, the actual full screen gameplay was pretty minimal, so, but you can go and have a nosy yourself and see what I'm blithering on about. Why are you missing bits? Weirdo. That's what I said on squid. Oh, didn't think he was going to get past that. Oh, I'm saying he. Was it he? Billy Bob or is it Lucille? Well, I think it's Billy Bob. Lucille's put to find time to leave me. Yes, well, I had to throw something out, didn't I? You never know, somebody might be listening. Right, so there we are. Here's the first field done. Well, hey, that's first field done. Yep, you're done. Well done. There's a lot of duns going on. Right, okay. So let's have a look at this here. No, not that. That one. There you go. Right. So do I have to be in that? You. Okay. So. I do apologise. Right. Well. I don't know what, and who knows, steady. Right, is that where I'm going wrong? Shall we just go for kilograms and be done? Let's just try kilograms, see if that helps. Not sure if it will, but anyway. Whoops. Oh, way up. Right. Okay. So I save that. Yes. Oh, right, okay, that takes you out, is it? Okay. Right, Macduff. Now we can get rid of you again. Yes, you's all finished, aren't you, clever boy? Right, sorry, keep forgetting the mic doesn't follow me. Might try using the headset, see if that helps. Anywho. Oh, and something else I've started using is mouse control. It's gone. This is slightly annoying. It's mouse control, but it's throttle responsive hydraulics. So basically, the harder you rev, the quicker your hydraulics react. The bit I didn't expect is, if you do what I just did, which is a bit cheaty to say the least, but if you do that, it doesn't move. Now I obviously had a bit of pressure left, which is quite accurate, you would, but I like the fact, especially, and we'll see it when I'm trying to load bales, because I've just decided that's where I'm going to go with it, and yeah, there will be probably a bit of crying involved, but hey. It's those kind of little touches that would be easy enough to incorporate in the game, but they seem to be more interested in telling me that I could rename horses, which I suppose is a good thing, I suppose. But well, call me old-fashioned, but if I buy a farming game, I'm not really too fussed whether it's Horsey McHorse or whether it's livestock. So, not sure where we go with that one, but anyway. As I say, one live stream, and my first big computer was a Commodore 64, so the fact that they've done a Commodore 64 version is quite amusing, I suppose. Is that necessarily a good thing? It's a gimmick, so why not? It's a bit of silliness, and as such I'm entirely for that. So yes, there you go, such as they are, that's my thoughts on that one. Now, the question is, do I lift this or not? Bale it up. I suppose I could bale my end first, couldn't I? No. Let's try you, Macduff. Let's see how you go. Well, I'll bale it, but I might turn these, I might wrap them. Right, well that seemed to have done a better job of that for some reason. Alright, fair enough. Let's get you up there. I appreciate this is not the most enthralling stuff, but hey, it's a necessary evil, and we'll get the preparations that what I'm toying with is well, once I've ploughed it, I might actually put it down to maize, because acre for acre, or hectare for hectare, whichever way you want to look at it, oops, you'll get far more volume out of maize than you will grass. I know that's a shock, but there you are. And a lot of the farms I was working on down south especially were sort of giving up on the grass largely, and it was kind of a split where if you could, you did maize and whole crop and all manner of other things. That steering wheel really bugs me. Yes, it does. I've got my wheel in a 900, which is allegedly what the game is expecting, and yet when I turn it, there's quite a lag. Yes, I know. I'm picky. But I do like this setup. Let's throw the drone out a bit higher. Oh, no, hang on. Do that. There you are, lovely. Oh, and I just killed my PTO shaft. Yeah. Don't tell the boss. Oh wait, I am the boss. Yes. For some reason, More Realistic has decided that windrowers are only allowed to do 8 miles an hour. I assume that's an average. I surely didn't, but yeah. I suppose that if you are doing the usual farmery thing of getting the biggest windrower and the smallest possible tractor, then yeah, you're going to end up somewhere about there. But to be fair, the most I've ever done is like 11 or 12 miles an hour, but when you're talking about a maximum of 20, 4 miles an hour is quite a difference. Well, you seem to be coping okay with that. Grand job. I shall get on with this. Right, well anyway, off we total. Ah, right. It's changed to kilograms now. Well, that makes more sense to me. So, how many kilos now? Right, now, there you go. That's quite a slope. And even at 438 horsepower, she's feeling that. I'm not convinced that's right, but it's reasonable, I think. Right, now if I... Come on, girl. This is the only thing about the gearbox in this one. It's a bit dim-witted. Come on, girl. Thank you. Yes, other gears are available. Oh, that was an unfortunate thing to do. Right, when you go. Let's get rid of them. I'm just trying to avoid dropping barrels exactly where I don't want them. Have you got yourself sorted? I think you have. Right, that'll do. Oh, I went outside the field, didn't I? Yes, I did. Now, you can see there what I mean, but it's got a wee bit of an extended range, which is arguably just a little bit cheeky. Whoa. Oh, come on. Forwards. Come on, girl, change gear. So, in theory, now that I've done this run across the top, should be a bit better. I might do another one actually. that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Yes. This thing's a monster when it comes to like tillage and heavy draft work. Absolute monster. Comes to quotes field work. Yeah, it's a bit numb. It's definitely a bit numb. Throw the drone up again. Thought I missed it. Sure did. Alright. Apparently didn't. See, now that sort of thing appeals to me. Nice straight lines and just trundling away. Yeah, never claimed to be normal. Good job, eh? And we get back at. Alright, for some reason that one didn't play a ball. Now I have got the Crone Swordle, which might have been a better idea. But with the initial size of fields that were around the farm where you start, I was just a bit dubious that it would be more bother than it was worth. Right, so down we go again. The entertaining bit will be when I've got a load of bales on a trailer. And it'll be one of those, pick up the ones at the top and then run down the hill full. You end up looking like one. Yep, for some reason you're definitely missing a bit. Not really sure why, but you are. Right, it's right over here. Yeah, that. Right, we'll tell you what. Way. Yeah, it's not exactly gallivanting up the hill, is it? Apparently I need another run because we've got a lot of bits here. Now I'm assuming, this is probably a rather daft thing to do, but I'm assuming it's going on the field borders rather than the worked area. So I wouldn't have thought that. Whoa! Go on, rowers. I wouldn't have thought the baler would leave little trails. You know, like horseplay where you have the little seeds, buttons, whatever you want to call it. Yes. This is actually, apart from the fact it's big and numb, which I like the fact that it's big, it's an automatic, and although it claims to have gears, it's not gears in the normal sense. But at least it's not a CVT, I suppose. But yeah, I would far rather use that on like paddle upshifts or something, where I could figure out where my ranges are and stick to that. Yep. And again, that's one thing I didn't see, which I will be very intrigued to see, is as and when you cut grass, Does it get a slightly yellow texture as normal grass does, or even just brighter? Just, you know, something different. That would be good. So I should be changing gear now. And again. No. Yeah, losing too much momentum there, but hey. What happens if I do that? Right, that doesn't work. Of course. Oh, poo. Right. You have to excuse me while I fiddle about and try and get this back to... Ah, there you go. Yes, I don't know what it is with these. Any other of the gearboxes, and you can swap between auto and manual. No bother. If it doesn't work like it does there, then you just flip it back to auto and go, alright, well, you had your chance, well, I'll just do it now. Ah, that's fine. This one, for some reason, there's a key up around the letter P, and I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but no matter what I bind it to, it does not work. Will not work. And this here Trackatory, and only if you fiddle on the keyboard will it go, oh, alright, then I'll do it. Which I do find slightly annoying, but there you are. There's always going to be flies in the ointment, but in general, I've only to put a bit of context on all my rumblings, I've only actually played this since FS15, so I have put quite a few hours into it, days and possibly weeks and all that sort of thing, but it's only 2 of them. I've been watching it for quite a while, but yeah, so I haven't got a huge history compared to some. Now, there was a comment made that 17 to 19 is the same as going from 13 to 17. If that be the case, well, that will be most impressive indeed. But I do wonder how much is prettiness and how much is actual usefulness. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to start repeating myself, so we'll leave that. And I think when I get to the top of this run, am I catching up on you? I think oh. Yeah, I might be catching up on you. I might just call it here, because I'm looking at the time, and well, it's kind of time I wasn't here, really. So, yeah. Night shift is a calling. Come on, girl. Up you get. No, missed that one. Okay. Now, I almost completely missed this line. For some unknown reason. So, if you've managed to get this far, thank you very much for watching, much appreciated. And hopefully you find something vaguely interesting in all this blithering. And yes, there is a lot of blithering, but there you are. Any questions you might have, in a few of the videos I have posted the rig such as it is. But anything else, I'm quite into the hardware really. That's kind of how computing got me PC's got me is the hardware side of things more than gaming now, yes, but initially it was hardware. So I am what I would call a compulsive tweaker, and if something can be overclocked, then it ought to be overclocked, really, in my book. The part in question doesn't always agree, I hasten to add, but hey, that's the joy of it. Although I didn't start with the dip switches, I started when you had about 6 or 7 different voltages to play with, and board layout and component choice was damn sight more important than it is these days. Right, that bit's annoying me. Touch of OCD, so you're getting it. There you go. Momentum. Fishtail. I sneak that, right? Yes, I can. Hey. Right, we'll finish this and this run, and we'll call it if I don't crash. Now, okay, I crashed. Well, it almost looked like I meant it. Yeah. Almost. So that's quite a good... Right, let's have a nosy. That's quite a few. That's not bad at all. Right, so we'll do the wee field as grass. Get these all rapified. Or... Oh, hang on, I've got that gobble in. So, if I have the gobble in, I should be... Yes. Well, I could fade some bales in a silo somewhere. Which would be a bit pointless, really, because in what world would you bale something and then rip them apart and throw them in a silo? That's just a bit silly. Right, anyway. Is that you? Yes, I think that's you. So we'll do that. Where are you? And I've got one left. That's it, go on, you charge up your gears. So, he's done. Yeah, the other reason I've got this in the baler is when I'm done with the baler, I'll be throwing the ripper on the back and possibly enlarging one or two of these fields. But they're all showing up as needing ploughed. Yep, thank you. And that one, no, not you, you. Do like these vultures. Yes. And just one little tidbit. Apparently there is going to be a Colber Park farm, albeit spring next year, which would be kind of apt, I suppose. So yeah, it's good to know that's on the way. Right, well there we are, folks. I'll not treat you to the joy of me driving things around on the road. But the next time, let's just do that. Yeah. Next time we will be down at 59. I'm just going to go and get the Jacob A going and get him to knock that down. Come back, drive these down, and hopefully by the time I've got both of them down, which will try the follow me thing. Yeah, sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but them's the joys. And we'll move on to 6, so the last one. And oh, now I did buy that there mixer. Whoa, where are you going? Right, stop that. Handbrake. Thank you. Cheeky monkey. So yes, I've got the mixer over at the cattle shed there. So everything's in place. Apart from a water tank, I just remembered. Right, oh, there you go, there's another expense. So, we might not have an awful lot left for our stock, but hey, if we have to do missions and stuff, well, that's what we have to do. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Take care, have fun, and I shall catch you all next time. Cheers and out. If I can find the key of that.